Hi, I am Todd Raffel. I'm here with Joe Cummings here in the Los Angeles area. Joe Cummings is the president and CEO of Royal Staffing. Royal is one of the top 10 staffing, direct hire, temp, everything, recruiting companies in the greater LA area. And Joe's been the owner, bought it about 6 years ago, started working there, I believe, about 12 years ago. We were just talking about the economy. Can you tell me a little bit what you were saying about how what happened during this recession was in some ways the opposite of what normally happens? Normally you have temp holding steady, direct hire sliding. Tell us about that and how that did not happen this time.
It was against the norm. Doing this business for the past 22 years, always when we had a recession, temp always picked up and direct hire went to the wayside. Mm-hmm. This time, it was the temp that slid, and direct hire for us, what we experienced, what my company experienced, was the opposite. We did great billing in direct hire placement last year. My thought behind it was where companies' credit lines were cut, they didn't have the funds to hire temps, and they had to let go of people. So people that had, one person was doing 3 people's jobs to keep the company going. We are seeing now, I would say since the beginning of November, a turn. It was a jerk start on the temp side, but now we're getting orders in every day. You know, our numbers have gone up dramatically up in the past couple of weeks.
What type of industries or positions?
Publishing, various positions in publishing, both online publishing and print, accounting, IT, human resources, where they might have let go of their HR staff because they got so small. They are now ramping back up again. Manufacturing, from the other staffing firm owners that I speak with, they're saying manufacturing, light industrial placement has gone up. And the norm is when orders come in for the manufacturing area, they hire more light industrial temps, and a week or two later, the clerical side picks up because that's the paperwork, the accounts payables, accounts receivables get busier.
And you were telling me you were also doing a pretty large-scale hiring project in Ireland for a tech company that's got to hire, you said 100 people this year?
When they contacted me at the beginning of February to have me come over and assist them with their hiring needs, they had 100 open positions, with 100 more coming before the end of the year. And I didn't understand why it was taking so long to fill a position. It took them 4 weeks to fill one position. What they would do is they would do 4 phone screens on one applicant with 4 different people in the human resources arena. And I'm like, why are you doing this? Why are you wasting your time?
Yeah.
I mean, let's streamline the process. You don't need 4 people to talk to one individual. Talk to them on the phone, do a great phone screen. They're good, they're talented, they can do the job, bring them in, talk to them in person, check their references, and get them upstairs to the hiring manager. Get the process going.
Now, as far as the tools you're using, I know you have 4 recruiters, so the tools that they use may be different than the tools that you use. You personally you've just started getting on Twitter, and you've been using Facebook a bit. I know Royal Staffing, you mentioned your company has a Facebook page where you post staffing association news and whatnot. And how do you use your own personal Facebook page? You put out jobs through that page also?
As you mentioned, I was always, for the longest time, on LinkedIn and used that heavily. Not only for recruiting, but for updates on what's happening with Royal and myself. Twitter I just started using, and I got to learn more about that one. That was an interesting one for me. But Facebook, a good friend of mine suggested I go on Facebook. I'm like, I don't want to do Facebook. My wife is on Facebook, and I see comments that are made on her site, and it does not interest me at all.
Right.
So that Adam Peterson with Fight Power suggested I try out Facebook, because you don't have to put those postings on there that you don't want. You can make it business, only business. Keep it precise, clean. So I did. Got home from a conference last year with CSP, California Staff Professional CSP conference last year, and I got my laptop open, did a Facebook page, and I have to tell you, the business that I've got from Facebook, not only on my personal side, but on the Royal side, because I put relevant information on the staffing industry on my Royal Staffing side, on Royal Staffing's Facebook page. But on the personal side, I list the jobs we have to fill. And I'll send it out to, hey, I need your help. I have this CFO position or this other position that I need help with. Please send this out to all your friends and contacts. And I gotta tell you, it works.
And these are people who you didn't necessarily even know beforehand. They just come to you and they say, I'm interested in this job.
Correct.
And you've hired people that way, or
correct,
or clients have offered,
exactly,
have hired people that way. As far as hiring recruiters, also you've also looked for recruiters on Facebook, right?
Looked for actually not yourself. On Facebook, through LinkedIn.
Okay.
I met a gentleman in Dublin. Very impressed with him. Has been in the industry for many years. Has great sales background. Loves what he does. But as everyone, he's felt the pinch as well, like all recruiters have, especially last year. LinkedIn was a great source for me to find recruiters. Craigslist. If you look on Craigslist, any city you're in, click HR, there are many companies looking for recruiters. Well-versed, well-spoken, good industry background to work not only in the staffing direct hire side, but within the corporate level.
Okay. Before we go, I know you were talking about how you held up pretty well in the economy with the direct hires, and how things are picking up now. Give me just a sense of what you're hearing from other people that you know through the California staffing professionals or through friends and contacts in the recruiting field. Are you seeing a pickup? Are you seeing them have a pickup in their business, their recruiting businesses?
Everyone that I speak to that's part of the LA chapter and also the other chapters of CSP, California Staff Professionals, have all seen an uptick in business, except for one that's so specialized in what that individual does. It will come, but we get busier before she would. They're seeing, for example, the conference we're having April 22nd in Industry Hills. It's called From Survive to Thrive. And I gotta tell you, we're all seeing the uptick. We're all seeing the job orders coming in. It's a great time. Now, what you also have to remember, when you start into a recession, or some people are calling this, what we went through just now, the second Great Depression, staffing firms are hit first. They get rid of their temps. They don't hire anybody. So we feel the hit first, but we're the first ones that come back from it. So they're trying to fill a need so quickly, they don't have time. The clients, our companies, don't have time to do the recruiting on their own because the orders are coming so quickly.
Yeah.
They have to call us.
Yeah.
We have our database of people. We have our inventory of people, and it's just a quicker fill for them.
Got it. Well, thanks, Joe. Good luck with everything. It's good to hear things are going well.
Thanks so much, Todd. Thanks for having me.
Thanks.